There's going to be times where you're going to have a day where self-regulation is going to be the priority. So today was one of those days where I had to do self-regulation pretty much throughout the whole day. When I say I had to regulate not just my mind, my body, but also my emotions, today was one of those days. Let's start off. Let's just start off with the emotions first. Now, my grandmother has passed. She's transitioned over in 1988. So we're talking about in the 1900s, over 30 years ago. Yes, over 30 years ago. And emotions came up today regarding her absence from my life. Let's just say that from the physical absence from my life, but understanding I still have a spiritual connection with her. But I realized deep down within my soul self that my 17-year-old self was still angry, still hurt that she left and that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of things that I wanted to do with her. Um, Going to USC, being a debutante, things of that nature, things that I knew consciously that okay, she's gone, so I can't do that. Literally, I was like, she's gone. I can't do that. But deep down in my soul self, I was angry. And so today I cried. I cried for out of anger. I cried out of missing her. I cried out of frustration. And I cried out of guilt. Guilt that I didn't possibly lead the life and have the life that she dreamed for me and how that dream never really manifests. And I really didn't know exactly what that was because I know she had more dreams for me than per se like my mother. I feel that in my soul that she had this life for me and saw me in a different way than what my mother wanted for me. I think my mother just wanted me to be happy, so to speak, and just live a life that was a little bit more than what she lived, even though she was a Black Panther and a revolutionary and really dealt with civil rights. She knew that was not me. I changed families. I still serve, but in a different way. But yeah, so emotional regulation today, self-regulation within my emotional body was just needed to be there. It was top tier. Now, let me tell you, I was reading my book, just having a good time. This was later on in the day when I had already regulated myself back to neutral. I decided to read my book called The Siren because it's good. I've been enjoying it. And then I just happened to hit a chapter that also hit a nerve. It hit a nerve for my body. My body reacted to a particular scene within the book that I had to literally step away and to remind myself this is a story, this is fiction, this has nothing to do with me and what has happened to me in the past. That particular moment, I had to do some somatic movement. I did some, what do you call it? I was about to say feng shui, but not that. I had to do some Tai Chi. No, not Tai Chi, Qigong, where I slap my body and my arms and stuff like that, and just give myself some somatic movement and let the energy within my body just be released. And so, that was another thing. With the crying was a release, the moving of my body was a release, and then my soul had to release. I had to do this epiphany that my mindset needed to release something else. And then so that was a soul knowing. I would consider that a soul knowing even though I release it in my mind, well, at least I'm believing I'm releasing it in my mind, and I'm utilizing some affirmations for that, and I'm rewriting the mental script in my mind so my soul can actually speak her truth the way it I don't want to say the way it should be, but the way that it was designed to be in this world, and not limit myself in what I believe that can happen versus all the possibilities that can happen. The possibilities are endless, and my mind is so futile and so naive, it cannot ever know the unlimitedness of divine love. It just doesn't. And I've been in this mode of like really releasing a lot of things. Maybe it's because it's still the year of the snake. Oh my goodness. But this last month has been a lot. Maybe also because I've been doing a lot of deeper journal writing with the morning pages. I'm in a coaching group. So a lot of things activate in the spiritual realm that we don't know is going on. And then when it gets to the surface, to our not just our mental body, um but our soul body, then we have to react. So today's message pretty much was is self-regulation. This is the self. And remember, the self is the soul evolving life force. So my soul, my energy body, and my life force is expanding because I've released something, and now I'm able to expand more into some things that I want. How often do you release? That's my question for today. How often do you release? And do you allow yourself to do the ugly cry? Because, honey, today on my couch, while I was just doing my morning pages and just thinking about my grandmother, I did the ugly cry. I was glad there was no one in the house. But when I say I boo-hooed, I boo-hooed not just once, but twice. I boo-hooed twice. I thought I was finished. And then I was doing something else, and the next thing I knew, it came back in. And I just was like, oh my goodness. And I had to just continue to regulate. And I would say the shadow part of that today was that I ate 2 bags of potato chips. I had what else did I have that I wouldn't say that I shouldn't have, but I went into what do you call those things? Uh, a Rice Krispie treat. I had that, and I'm probably about to eat some fries and some chicken tenders, and I'm gonna drink some water. And water is so important. I drank a lot of water today. I probably drank all close to a gallon, maybe a couple of liters. I'm not sure, but I drank a lot of water today because I knew I also needed to flush, flush, flush. So self-regulation. Allow yourself to regulate yourself back to neutral. See, I'm back at neutral pretty much. I'm pretty much back at neutral. And neutral is one of those things that I've learned to master to a certain degree. And not that it's a bad thing to master neutral, but I do want to start living more frequently in a higher vibration of joy. That's why I That's why I built a cord and strengthened my core for joy as well as gratitude within my heart and my sacral chakra. And so I'm looking forward to connecting more cords of positive emotions for this upcoming year because I want to continue to build my tolerance, not just from neutral to high back to neutral, high back to neutral versus low neutral, high neutral, low neutral, high neutral. And so at least that is my intention, and that's my expectations for 2026 within the fire horse is just to set myself on fire when it comes to the exciting emotions that I have not allowed myself to experience in quite some time. So I have a journal prompt for you guys, or just a reflection something that you can mill around in your own spirit. How do you regulate your emotions so you can go back to neutral? Is it more through tears, laughter? You can regulate your emotions to laughter. Is it through somatic movements, body movements? Is it retail shopping? Is it eating? Is it walking in nature? Yesterday I did that. I walked on a trail and or something else for yourself. What do you do to regulate your emotions so you can self-regulate, whether it's in your emotional body, your physical body, or your mental body? You got all three and part of your soul so you can expand and evolve for yourself to go to not the next level, but to evolve into a more healthier version of yourself. You can put those in the comments. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Coach Hunt. I'm a holistic self-love coach where I utilize my intuition to navigate my life. And I help and support women to also live through their intuition, especially in this crown era, because our lives are different at this point. We are utilizing, we're getting close to our second solar return in a way that when we navigate our lives through our intuition, we're fulfilling more of a soul purpose than the goals and purpose that society has given us and said that we ought to have, such as a family, children, and all those things. Even though we may have acquired all those things, now it's our time. It's our time to just live for our soul purpose the way we were designed and the reason why we came here to experience this playground that we call Earth in this human experience. So I love you guys so much. I have your greatest interest at heart. Bye.